All right, what's up, YouTube? We got another market day that's coming to a close. We got about 20 minutes left, and we got some awesome plays that went off today. Looking for continuations on tomorrow, so we're going to see how those are looking right now. These are just some plays that I'm holding on the simulation trader, just kind of playing around with some bigger numbers, seeing what I can do there, just for fun. But we also have some really good plays that went on today, so we're going to bring those up right now. Before we get into it, do remember that leaving a like on the video increases your trading accuracy by 10%. 10% is a lot of percent, so let's get into the first stock. So we got Ford. These two up top are the biggest winners that we had. Ford's just been going off today. I mean, despite certain periods in the market where stuff was falling, this was just winning the entire day. So Ford's looking good. They have good earnings recently. They own a large part of Rivian, and Rivian's been doing well. Just IPO'd as well, and they're also did I mention that they have a dividend coming up that they're reintroducing? So that as well. They've just been running since about the $14 mark, ever since a few months ago. So I want to keep an eye on. They are at the top here, so it takes a lot to move forward, and they've moved quite a bit today. So it is at the top here. Who knows how far it's going to keep going, but as we can see, the Apple is also hard to move, and it's moved quite a lot from about 140 all the way to almost 180. And this is our second biggest winner of the day. Not in any particular order. I mean, maybe Ford would be a little bit, I guess, the bigger winner since it's cheaper. You could buy more shares. But Apple's also another solid company, obviously. And they moved heavy today, so that's another one. Now we're going to get into the kind of like hype stocks or stocks that are working off news. ISIG, I believe this was a bit of a short squeeze. Also, like, partnered in with like some news that came out. They mentioned that they were looking at different ways to make their stock more valuable for their shareholders. And ever since then, it's been kind of just running pretty consistently, just seeing higher highs. Not really coming all the way back down like you would see on some pump and dumps. So maybe some value might be held there because, I mean, it is more of a long-term thing, so we'll see there. But today it came back down. So that's one thing we're watching about this one is that we're not watching it today because of a spike, but we're watching it because it kind of cooled down, potentially coming back for maybe retesting highs or just playing that range in between. But there's a lot of eyes on this for sure, and it's more seen as a long-term play now. ENSC. All right, so this one had a big spike at pre-market open before coming right back down, and midday started kind of trying really hard to kind of go back up, but only until now is it kind of going. So it looks like after hours is going to see a lot of volume. So I'm going to try to put this out like I always do before market close. That way you guys can check these out and maybe observe before after hours or like right when after hours starts. This one looks good, and it looks like it's heading in with a lot of volume into pre-market / after hours. PPTI, this is another one that had a bit of a spike. It looks like it did a little bit more a few days ago, but it is another one that's kind of cooling down and holding this range here on the $8 mark. So this is just another one to watch because of spikes. BFRI is another one that we've been talking about, but this one has just been seeing like random spikes, not as big as any of the first ones that it had, but it is kind of coming back up now. And at the market open, it spiked really hard, and it looked like it had a lot of volume, more than any of these previous mini spikes here. So this one's going to be interesting if it retests like $9 like it did before. Actually, I think it went up to 8. This one is very weird. HPI seems to spike every once in a while. Very weird, but I mean, if you can catch one of those plays, they move very heavy. This one is a mask play, so I mean, as far as I know, the new strain of COVID isn't making the market as fearful as it was the first day it got released, but it seems to still be in play somewhat. This was a $2 move, as opposed to the first one was like a $4 move. So still pretty good there. PPTI is one that kind of held more strength throughout the day, only recently coming back down. But it's very cheap, so you can buy a lot of shares of it, and I'm assuming that it's going to keep some eyes on it and a lot of volume coming in. So just the fact that it's so oversold right now, whatever the news was on this, or maybe it's no news at all. Actually, I don't know on this one, but coming into Monday, if people still have their volume and eyes on this one, then it could potentially even retest highs or at least play the range within there, especially if it comes down even lower, because it was already trading just $1 under here. And SGMA, so I mean, as far as like the non-blue chips, I guess this is one of the biggest winners that held its volume. This one's just making insane moves in general. From $7 to $14, that's a crazy move. I mean, if you caught this anywhere in between, of course, see, this is the thing though, because you never know which one's going to actually hold their volume. I bet a lot of people bought into the other ones and then had to sell out once it started coming back down, forcing them out of their positions. But this one's just kept on rewarding whoever got into it. And I'm curious if this was on actual news or just hype. But yeah, there's a lot of green volume here. So BBIG is the last one that we have, and this one's kicking off after, right when we started the video. It kind of started popping up with more volume, huge volume, and it looks like it's going to hold into after hours, so that's very interesting. So BBIG is just one that's been popping as well. Just very random, sporadic moves. I believe this one might be some news here that's just coming out. That's why it's coming out like late towards after hours, and holding volume there, not just a random move. But that's going to be it for this watch list. If you have any stocks that you're watching, call them out down below in the comments. Remember to leave a like. It increases your accuracy by 10% on all your trades. And that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to let this video upload, hopefully get it out right before after hours, and then you guys have some more time to kind of check out all the plays right when after hour closes and get more of that, more play in between. All right, till later.